This is the lab work of Dr. Tony Hughes. My sex hormone binding globulin here, see? That's what, we actually wanted a little bit lower to free up testosterone, but this is like way out of range low, SHBG. Which is fine for my purposes, it's okay. I mean, my doctor in Bangkok says that he prefers to see a normal SHBG even when we are using steroids because he likes it as a buffer for hormones. Anything else really noticeable about?
No.
Notable?
So you have one that's fasted, one that's not fasted, but
That
again,
was fasted.
yeah, this one is fasted. So your again LDL on here. Oh Jesus. Okay, so your LDL on here is almost 200. And this one's fasted.
That's fasted, yeah.
So that those lipos.
But you know what's funny? Here's one where I wasn't fasting, and it's only 136 a month later.
Yeah, which still is not good, but that's your cholesterol. Your cholesterol's always been like this from day one since I met you, which makes it okay, but at the same time doesn't make it okay.
It's not getting worse, we'll say that. My cholesterol is actually getting better, even though it's bad. It's getting better because I was hovering around 199 LDL and HDL of around 7 to 13. Now my LDL is 12 to 14, and my HDL is 12 to 14, and my LDL's 136 to what, 170 something?
Your LDL, yeah.
193. Okay, fluctuating.
Yeah. So and then, so then the last thing here to say for this, HDL is supposed to be your high level. LDL is supposed to be a lower number. You have the exact opposite, which again, it's not a problem, but it's a problem because we make it looks normal to us. We keep seeing this number always high in the opposite direction. So with LDL, again, these are just lipoproteins or high density lipoproteins. They're just carriers. These numbers are going up not because of cholesterol, because of sodium, table salt. And what happens is the reason why these are bad is because cholesterol is what's repairing things in your body. When you have cholesterol, these proteins are going through your body. Table salt that we use here in restaurants, it's only 1/3 part sodium. The other 1/3 of that is also a grain. And what happens is it causes micro tears along the lining of blood vessels or veins.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
So we've already talked about this.
I must have been high. I don't remember that.
Well, you don't remember a lot, did I tell you? And what happens is these cause those micro tears.
It's hard to concentrate when you're focusing on his big muscles. Continue, Trevor. I promise I'm listening now.
So these cause micro tears along the lining of your veins or arteries. And then what happens is cholesterol now goes and repairs this, which causes plaque buildup.
That sounds horrible. This sounds like a health crisis.
Well, that's why it's here in the U.S. and Europe and Canada.
All right, I'm just going to reserve my belief on that for a minute.
Oh, hold on. Since we're on the computer, we can Google it.
Okay, separate video topic, because you're kind of blowing my mind.
This is what causes the plaque buildup. When there's plaque buildup, and then you're trying to get material or nutrients through the vein or artery, how do you get a heart attack? When they talk about plaque buildup, this is cholesterol repairing the damaged tissue, which builds plaque. Once that plaque starts filling up the walls, boom, you get a clot, heart attack, stroke. That's all it is.
Okay, so this most recent test from a month later, I had a shot of testosterone before this test, and so my testosterone, my free testosterone, went from being normal to being more than double or
80 times,
15 times the normal. So it says normal is 1.1 or 0.1 to 6.4 of free testosterone, and I was 89.7 on the free testosterone. So that testosterone was some good shit. But also my estrogen went up, of course, to 68.9, normal being 20 to 50, which means double, almost triple what I would like my estrogen to be. And then my progesterone was 1.4, which is normal, but my prolactin shot up from 0 to 10.3, normal being 2 to 18. So my prolactin came up to normal range from one shot of testosterone. So it's possible that my prolactin was so low because I was on such a long SARM cycle with not that many steroids. You remember, I do short steroid experiments, but SARMs are what I'm running all the time. And I think that being on SARMs for a long term had my prolactin going lower. That's all I can think of, because my prolactin's been low in a few of my tests.
So yeah, prolactin's going to be low for a number of things, especially if you're off testosterone or a low amount of testosterone and you're taking the SARMs. Your prolactin's going to be relatively low. Now again, I don't know what you've been doing the last year or so, but that could be an attributing factor to it. Aside from that,
my thyroid looks fine. My cortisol is 12.9 and normal is 5 to 25. My DHEA was normal. My B12 was normal. My vitamin D was normal. I think it looks... So just to summarize what I need to do based on these ones, I need to watch my prostate, keep doing some cholesterol lowering protocol, keep my estrogen and testosterone a bit more stable.
And then the last thing to that too is if you look at your ketones, your glucose, protein, everything along these lines, you do a lot of keto style dieting where you go low carbohydrate, but your ketone levels are still within normal. Protein, glucose, like I said, your body's a lot smarter than we are. So even though you do these diets based off that, ketones, glucose, protein, cortisol, insulin, and glucose, all these things are still normal.
I would expect them to be normal because I wasn't on ketosis and I wouldn't be showing ketones at that time that I did that test. I still had liver. So even though I was fasting, my liver still had glycogen. I still had blood sugar high. What was my blood sugar on that?
Is this one fasted?
Yeah.
Your glucose on here is 90.
Oh, okay. It's okay. I take the slim pills. I didn't take slim pills anywhere near that test, but if I take the slim pills, I'll get my blood sugar down to 80.
What happens with
like a 12-13% difference.
A lot of my clients too, when I put them back on carbohydrates, they'll have blood sugars that are either very low or very high sometimes.
Whoa, high.
And so very high, this is when they tell me, oh, I'm hungry, but they don't tell me on time, and they're starving themselves and they end up getting too hungry. Your liver will release glycogen, the stores, to regulate your blood glucose levels. So what happens is they get that drop, they get starving, they want to eat everything, carbohydrates. Well, by the time, if they're forcing themselves not to eat, then their liver will release all that glycogen. And that will help stable and normalize their blood sugar.
Until the liver's out of glycogen. And
Yeah.
then if your body's fat adapted, hopefully you're pulling from fat instead of pulling from protein.
Exactly, which is where growth hormone helps too.
Be swole, friends of freedom.